good afternoon, guys. So, ready na ba kayo ulit for our next topic? Hello? Ready na ba? Hello?
Ready na po.
Abot yung iba. Okay na ba tayo? Pwede na tayo magsimula? Malinaw ba? Malinaw ba yung aking audio, ang aking camera? Malinaw po ba? Malinaw po?
Opo.
Malinaw po.
Hindi naman maingay. Hindi naman maingay yung electric fan ko dito sa tabi.
Hindi naman po.
Okay, so sige. Simula na tayo. So, ang next topic natin, guys, we'll have application of derivatives. So before, last time natapos na natin, yung huli natin ginawa is implicit differentiation, if I'm not mistaken. Tama ba? That's our last topic before. But previously, we tried to identify or to find the derivatives of different types of functions. So we had algebraic, we had power formula, we had the sum and difference, we had product rule and the quotient rules, we have the General's power formula, we have the natural exponential function, we have the natural logarithmic functions, we have trigonometric functions, if I'm not mistaken. Tama ba, guys? Yun yung mga na-discuss natin last time. And then the last topic that we had is on implicit differentiation. For now, what we are to do is to have applications of this derivative. How are we going to do that? Okay, for the first one, we will try to have what we call finding equations of tangent and normal lines. Okay. So, nakikita po ba yung aking sinishare na screen?
Opo.
Okay, so ang title ng lesson natin for today is Tangent Lines and Normal Lines. So, let us first define these two, and then later on we'll try to identify, and then we'll try to find the equation of these two lines. Okay, so basically when we say normal lines, so normal lines are perpendicular lines at the point of tangency. So basically, pag sinabi nating tangent line, these are lines specifically tangent to the function. When we say tangent to the function, we just say, mathematically, we can actually say that there is a parang we can get an open neighborhood na tinatawag, or we can actually say na yung line na yon some sort of touches or may not touch the graph. Or you can think of it as if you have a ball, for example, I have a ball here. I should have brought a ball. Okay, kunwari, let's just have a cylinder in this case. Nakikita niyo itong aking cylinder dito. Parang imagine niyo yung cylinder or circle, kapag tangent line yan is just a line, I'll have this a line. Kapag dumikit yung aking linya dito sa below, notice it only touches at one point. So parang imagine niyo, if this line is tangent to this, parang ganun lang siya. Okay? Hindi siya pwedeng mag-traverse, okay? Dun sa ating circle in this case. Okay? So parang imagine niyo dumidikit lang siya sa isa. Pero of course, at a certain open interval na tinatawag no, sa maliit lang interval, pwede naman siyang mag-traverse at other instant. I'll show it to you later on. Normal lines, on the other hand, ito naman yung mga perpendiculars at the point of tangency. For example, I have this. So, kunwari ito, notice, this graph, if you would notice, if you look at this graph, I can say at this point, okay, the line is tangent to this line, to this graph at this point. So, this is a tangent line. Notice, pwedeng sabihin natin na dumidikit lang siya sa isang point. Notice, nag-intersect siya dito. So, walang problema yon. Sabi sa definition ng tangent line, dapat hindi siya magta-traverse at a certain interval na malapit dun sa ating point. Pag malayo, okay na, wala na problema. So, at this point, we can say that this one is tangent. This line is a tangent line at this to this function at this point. Okay, normal lines on the other hand is just a perpendicular line to this line passing through this point of tangency. So ito lang siya. So if this is perpendicular, pag sinabi natin perpendicular, it means that we can create a 90-degree angle here. Okay, ito yung ating line, tangent line, and then this line will create a 90-degree angle here. Yung tinatawag na perpendicular lines. Or in geometry, we can also say that if we have normal lines or perpendicular lines, if they are two distinct lines, the slope of the normal line is actually the negative reciprocal of the slope of your tangent line. So we'll have further on that later on. Okay, so but basically when we talk about normal line and tangent lines, pag sinabi ng tangent line is just a line wherein it only touches the graph at a point given an open interval. Okay, so sa malapit dun sa point. And then the normal line is just the perpendicular line to the tangent line, passing through the same point of tangents. Malinaw po ba yun, guys? Any question? So, basta line and tangent line, yun yung dumidikit sa isang point, sort of, and the normal line is the perpendicular to the tangent line at that point of tangents. Okay. Okay, let's have examples on how we can identify and solve for the tangent line and the normal line to a certain function or to a certain point. Okay, for example, so let us try to find the equation of the tangent and the normal line of the curve y equals x squared plus 3x minus 1 at the point of tangency, which is at 1, -1. Okay, so notice this point 1, -1 is on the function or on the curve y equals x squared plus 3x minus 5. Check nga natin. So when x is 1, notice x is 1 squared plus 3 times 1 minus 5. Well, what would be the result? So 1 plus 3, that would be 4, minus 5, that would be -1. Kaya meron tayong -1. So definitely this point is on the on this curve, or in this, specifically we call this a parabola. Right? So this point is on this parabola. So how are you going to identify now the equation of the tangent line? Later on, I'll show you also the graph of this later on para mas makita natin. And also the equation of the tangent line. Okay, so let's do that. So first is, if you would remember in our definition before, the definition of your derivative, if you would remember, is basically the slope of the tangent line. So to find if we get the derivative of our function y equals x squared plus 3x minus 5, which is just simply divide, if we get the derivative, it will just be 2x plus 3. This will now serve as the slope of any tangent line. That's why this one is a nice application of your derivative. So yung ating derivative is just the literally the slope of the tangent line at any given point. In other words, papalitan, isa-substitute na lang natin yung point dito sa ating derivative, ma-identify na natin yung specific slope ng ating tangent line. Okay, so going further, so to find the slope passing through the point 1, -1, isa-substitute lang natin itong ating point. So when x is 1 and y is -1, dahil sa derivative, wala namang y dyan, so yung x equals 1 lang ay substitute natin dito. So when x is 1, so 2 times 1, so that will be plus 3. So notice we have 5. So ibig sabihin, the slope of the tangent line passing through this point will be 5. So if you would recall your basic geometry again, so the equation of the to find the equation of a line, we can, since we now have the slope and then we have a point, so we can just easily use the point slope form. Ano yung point slope form? Yung point slope form, we will be using the slope y minus y minus y sub 1 equals m multiplied to x minus x sub 1. Yung x sub 1 at saka y sub 1, it's the point, and then m is the slope that of the line. So papalitan lang natin. So if I should have wrote it anyway. Pag ang point slope form ulitin ko na lang, y minus y sub 1 equals m multiplied to x minus x sub 1. Itong x sub 1 na to at saka y sub 1 galing sa point. So x sub 1 natin, x nga. So x coordinate and then y sub 1 is the y coordinate of the point. And then the slope now is 5 or the m is 5. So in the instruction, we have to write it in standard form. Or actually, we can just write it in general form instead. So the general form, ilalagay lang natin lahat sa kabila and then the right side will be 0. So we have this. So I just multiplied 5 and then I remove the parentheses here. And then I place on the other side. So y minus 5x and then 5 becomes a plus here. So it becomes y minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. So this is now the equation of the tangent line passing through the point 1, negative 1 to this function or to this graph or to this. Malinaw po ba? As of now, any question? Any question po ba? Hello? Diyan pa ba? Hello po.
Po, sir.
May tanong po ba? Malinaw?
Wala po, sir.
Okay, so so let's continue. So how about the equation now of your tangent, of your normal line? So yung normal line naman natin, so after identifying the equation of tangent line, since a while ago we mentioned that the normal line is actually perpendicular to your tangent line. So to get the equation of the normal line, we'll actually just use the slope of your tangent line. Kasi yung slope ng tangent line is just the negative reciprocal of the slope of your normal line. So since the slope of the tangent line is 5, ano yung negative reciprocal niyan? So negative reciprocal niyan would be negative 1 over kung ano yung slope natin, in this case 5. So ang slope ng ating normal line is negative 1 over 5. So to find the equation of the normal line, parehas lang nito, papalitan lang natin yung 5 ng negative 1 over 5. So we have this, okay? And then we just perform or simplify this and then write it in standard form. Okay, so we have this. Okay? Question? So notice what we did here from this line going here, we just multiplied both sides by negative 5. So, by 5. Dito, minultiply ko si 5, so 5y plus 1, and then yung negative 1, minultiply ko dito, kaya negative x plus 1. And then I subtracted both sides by negative x plus 1, so kaya we have this as that. Okay? So ito na yung magiging equation ng normal line and then equation ng tangent line doon sa ating y equals x squared plus 3x minus 5 passing through the point 1, negative 1. Okay, so to illustrate this, we can actually put this in the graph. So if you would remember, the graph of our curve is a parabola. Ito yung graph ko na yung parabola. And then passing through the point 1, negative 1. So ito yung point na yun, 1, negative 1. Okay, so the line, the tangent line will look like this. Okay, the pink one. And the normal line will look like this. Okay, so yeah. Any question?
Wala po, sir.
Okay, let's have one more example. Okay, one more example. So let's have this. How about this one? Okay, sige nga, while I'll have a short break, can you try to solve this first, guys? I'll give you around 5 minutes. Try nyo muna and then try this, discuss nyo lang. And then I'll be back in a few seconds. I'll just drink water. Okay. For now, try to do that first. Okay, wait lang. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so let's continue. Okay. Okay, so okay na ba guys? Are you there already? Can we now continue?
Yes, sir.
So let's continue. Okay, so to find the equation of the tangent line and the normal line, so very similarly lang yung ating gagawin.
Unggoy ka talaga?
Hello? Yes? Sino kaya yung unggoy na yun? Anyway, so to find the equation of the tangent line and the normal line, so again, we just find the derivative. So again, the derivative will give you the slope of the tangent line. So if we do that, we just get a derivative. But again, remember this one, we can write this as this. Tama? So sinulat ko lang sa into exponential form para madali natin makuha yung derivative. So to get the derivative, so y prime will be, again, n, and then copy the base, n minus 1. So 1 half minus 1 becomes negative 1 half times the derivative pa ng ating nasa loob. So derivative of 2x becomes 2, and the derivative of 5 will be 6. And then simplifying this will be this. Okay? So, parang mali yung aking animation. Now, to find the slope of the tangent line, the same thing, we just have to use this derivative and then substitute yung ating point. So yung point natin is 2, 3. So substitute lang natin yung x dun sa 2, ay yung 2 sa x. So we have this. So, or that will just be 1. Get it? Malinaw po ba? Hello? Okay. Hello po. Hello po. Malinaw po ba?
Yes po, sir.
Opo, sir.
Sumagot naman kayo para naman ako ditong syungahers na nagsasalitang mag-isa. Okay. Sigurado kayo naintindihan. Malinaw to, ha? Ay, tagal sumagot. Anyway, sige. So the slope is this. So we now have the slope and then we have the point. So madali na lang ulit ang pagkuha ng tangent line. So gamitin na lang natin yung point slope form ulit. So ang slope is 1/3. Ang point is 2. So x is 2, y is 3. And then we just simplify this. So ang nangyari, multiply na lang natin ito ng 3 both sides. So magiging 3y minus 9. Ito ay magiging x minus 2. Lipat natin sa kabila lahat. So we have this. Okay? And then for the normal line, negative reciprocal naman. Ano yung reciprocal ng 1/3? So reciprocal niya will be 3, negative of that. So the slope is negative 3. So we have this. So yun ang nagbago, yung negative 3 lang. Diba? And then we just simplify. So we have this as the equation of the normal. Okay, malinaw po ba? Hello? Okay. Silence, I hope, means yes. So let's continue. So this is the graph of y equals square root of 2x plus 5. So mangyari, the point that we have is the 0.23. So andito yung 0.23. And then the tangent line is basically will be a line passing through this point. So we have this, which is the equation that we had a while ago. And then the tangent, normal line will just be a line perpendicular to that. So we have that. Okay? Malinaw po ba? So let's have one more. Okay, so I'll plan to do it as is para okay. Okay, so let me share my screen again. Okay, gawin natin siya ng mas interactive para wait lang. Okay, okay siya. Okay, so let's have this. Itong example naman. So, ito, kita nyo to guys? Nakikita nyo to? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes po, sir.
Okay, so ito, ibang klase naman ng problema. Kanina, meron tayong point of tangency and then meron tayong curve. And we identify the line. Ito naman, binigyan tayo ng isang linya parallel to the tangent line. In this case. Okay? Wala pa yung point of tangency. We now have to identify the point of tangency naman. So how do we find the equation of the tangent line? Tangent line na pinapahanap ng dito. So paano yun? Okay, so ganun pa rin. May konting deviation lang na. Okay, so from here, ang ating curve is y equals x cubed minus 2x minus 7. Okay, tama ba? Okay. And then, first is we have to get, again, the equation of the, in this case, the slope of the tangent line. So the slope of the tangent line, we just have to get the derivative again. So ang derivative niyan, magiging y equals 3x squared. Okay, nangyari. Okay, so that would just be y equals 3x squared. Wala yung sulat dito. Minus, in this case, so this will now be equal. So minus 2, and then the derivative of negative 7 is 0. Got it? Sorry, this will now be your right hand. Malinaw po ba? Hello? Hello po. Woo! Kausap po ba ako dyan? Hello?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Pansinin niyo naman ako. Nakikinig pa ba? Baka naman hindi nakikinig. Sana kanina ko pa sinimulan to para recording na lang lang.
Medyo nagluloko po kasi yung ano ko, sir.
Then,
Signal, sir.
yung iba, wala na. Next week, holiday. So, mangyayari nun, we will try to have a short, medyo mahaba. After that, I will give you a very long piece after that. Okay, so meron kayong time para mag-aral. So anyway, continuing this, so ito na yung magiging derivative niya. Kanina, after getting the derivative, magsasubstitute tayo ng point. Kaso wala tayong point ngayon. Pero ang binigay ay yung ating, ito, ang isa, yung line, let's call it L1. Okay. Natin siyang L1. L na lang. Wherein this L is parallel daw. Parallel ba sinabi? Okay, parallel dun sa tangent line. So kapag kanina, nasabi natin na yung perpendicular lines, negative reciprocal, di ba? Pag parallel naman, pag meron kang dalawang non-intersecting lines, of course, yung hindi nagtapat, okay? Or two distinct lines, ang slope niyan will be equal to each other. Kahit na magtapat yan, syempre, it will be the same. So if non-vertical din pala, kapag pag parallel, basically yung slope niyan will just be equal to the slope of the other. So, to find the slope, itong line kasi nito, ang kagandahan nito is of the form y equals mx plus b. Okay, if you would remember this form, yung y equals mx plus b, yung m natin ito yung slope ng line and b is the y-intercept. So, napaka-obvious si L natin, ang slope niyan will be equal to m. Di ba? So, since parallel, itong L na to dun sa tangent line, ang ibig sabihin nito, ano? Ang ibig sabihin nito, yung slope ni tangent line, okay? Diba kanina tawag natin slope ng tangent line. Okay? Okay. Yung slope ng tangent line ay magiging ano? So let's just put a subscript here. Okay? Si slope ni tangent line na hinahanap natin ay magiging equal doon sa slope ng ating line. In this case, 10 din. Tama? Okay, so meron na tayong slope. Pero meron din tayong slope na y prime equals 3x squared minus 1. Since pare sila slope ng tangent line, pwede na natin siyang i-equate. Di ba? So we can now equate that yung ating slope natin ay equal sa 10. Right? And then we just have to solve for x here. So solving for x, nangyari, this will just become, so subtract natin both sides by -2, so this will be 12. Okay. And then if I divide both of this equation by 3, so 12 divided by 3, this becomes 4. Okay, and then if I divide both sides by, or rather in this case, I can just simply solve for x here. X here will be 1. In this case, okay, so that would be plus or minus. Okay, so dalawa yung x coordinates natin dito. So when x is 2 or when x is -2. So dahil dalawa yan, so we can actually now consider the values of y. So kunwari, when x is +2 muna, ano yung magiging value ng y? So we just have to substitute it in here. Okay? Got it? So when x is 5, when x is 2, y here will be what? Okay? So palitan natin ito ng 2. Ito rin magiging times 2. Minus 7. So this will just be 1. So this will now be equal to what? So 2 cube will be 8 minus 2 times 2. So that would be, this would be 4. So 8 minus 4. So that would be 4. Minus 7. So this will be -3. Okay? Malinaw ba? And then on the other hand, when x is -2, so magiging negative lang ito. So let me place a parenthesis. So -2 cube. Then this will be -2 times -2. So ano magiging result? Correct mo na to. So this will be -8. Ito ay magiging +4. So that will be -4 minus 7. Tama? -8 plus 4. So -4 minus 7. So that would be -11. Right? So dalawa yung point of tangency natin ngayon. Kumpara kanina na isa lang yung point of tangency natin, ngayon naging dalawa kasi dalawa yung possible values of x. So dahil dalawa yung possible values of x, dalawa din yung magiging point of tangencies natin, dalawa din yung isosolve nating equation ng tangent line. And how are you going to do that? So to find the equation of the tangent line, okay, copy lang natin ito ha. Balik tayo mag-type. Okay. So the equation of tangent line, dun muna tayo dun sa isa. When at the point, ano yung point natin dito? Yung x equals 2 and then y is -3. Okay? So ano yung magiging equation natin? So again, y minus, ano yung y sub 1 natin? Ang y sub 1 natin dito ay -3. Okay? And then this will now be equal to what? Ano yung slope natin? Ang slope is equal to 10. Okay? Multiplied to x minus, ano yung x sub 1 natin? In this case, 2. So we now have that. Okay, so let's just try to simplify this. Okay, so negative of negative, so this becomes a plus 3. Multiply na rin natin itong 1 maging 10x minus 20. Okay, and then lipat natin sa kabila lahat. So this becomes minus 10x and then 10x, sorry, and then plus 23. And this will be equal to 0. And then hindi pa pala tayo tapos. Ito pa lang yung isa sa tangent lines na. Okay? How about the other one? So, yung isa naman, kapag ginamitan, ang kinuha naman natin will be, nakikita ba to guys? Okay, so, ang gagamitin naman natin yung point na x natin ay negative 2 and then y is negative 11. Okay, so y natin ay negative 11, so palitan natin ito ng 11. And then ito naman negative 2, so magiging negative 2. Okay? Then simplify lang natin ulit ito. This. Okay, so magiging 11 na ulit ito, positive 11, sorry. And then this becomes 10x. Okay, and then this becomes positive 2, so magiging plus 20. Okay? And then finally, lipat natin sa kabila. So magiging negative 10x and then 20. So that would be negative 9. Okay, equals. Okay? So ito na yung magiging dalawang tangent lines natin wherein they are both parallel to the line y equals 10x plus 3 at this curve y equals x cubed minus 2x minus 7. Okay, so any questions so far, guys? Okay, let me show you the graph of this. Okay, so let's insert a graph para mabilis tayo. Okay, so ang kailangan natin is y equals x cubed. Okay, and then minus 2x minus 7. Okay, so ito siya. Ito yung graph niya. Tama ba yung ating x cubed minus 2x minus 7? Siya. So, ang kailangan natin i-consider is the points of tangency na i-graph muna natin si y equals 10x plus 3 pala. Okay, so y equals 10x plus 3. Okay? Palitan natin ang kulay. Gawin natin. Okay. So, ito yung tangent line natin. Okay? So, asan na yung dalawang points na yon? Hanapin natin sila. Yung mga points na yon ay 2, saka negative 3, and then negative 2, negative 11. Okay, so gawin natin ulit. Asan yun? Ito yung dalawang points na yon. So, let's enlarge this. So, yan. Okay, so ito yung dalawang points of tangency natin. Ito yung ating dalawa ay line na parallel kung saan yung ating tangent lines. Okay? So ano yung mga tangent lines na nakuha natin? Y equals, in this case, 10x minus 23. So, dagdag natin y equals 10x minus 23. Okay, pata natin ang kulay. Sabi natin light blue. Ito yung isa sa mga, sa palagay na, ito yung dadaan dun sa 2, negative 3, di ba? So ito yun. Isa na yung 2, negative 3 natin. Okay, ito, di ba? Wala. Sorry, di ba? 10x minus 23. Okay, so ito yun, di ba? And then the other line is, ito, y equals 10x plus 9 naman. Okay, so y equals 10x Okay, plus 9. Then natin ulit ng color. Saan sa palagay niyo yun? It will pass through the other point, di ba? So, gawin natin ang brown ay ito. So, nasa na siya? Wala. Mali na naman. So, 10x plus 9. Okay, so ayun siya. Di ba? Okay. So, notice that both of these lines is parallel to this line, di ba? So, pag sinabi natin parallel, parehas yung slope nila. Okay? So, basically, yan yung magiging graph ng ating equation. Yung graph na equation is the pink one. Ito yung line na given. And then these are the two tangent lines which is parallel to this line. Okay? Any question, guys? Okay, kung walang tanong, so I think let's call this a day. But before that, will you please turn on your camera for a few seconds for or you know what? Okay, I'll turn off the recording pala. Okay, I'll just turn off the recording.